what's going on, guys? It's Jeff. IGN ended up uploading a video here a couple days ago. Elden Ring Nightreigne, how Limveld will change from run to run. So this was actually a really big thing that I talked about as I was playing the game during the network test back in February, and also during my comments in some of the more recent videos that they put out there to show classes and like little details inside of the round table and other things like that. They've also uploaded some stuff about remembrances and other things like that. They have a video for the Iron Eye, the Marauder, like the different classes and stuff. One of my biggest concerns in the game was how random is this? Because when I was playing the network test, me and I could get with any random teammate. By the time we got to like day 2, we had an entire route figured out. It seemed like everybody, or at least myself, had an entire route figured out. And on a couple occasions, I was playing with random people, zero communication, and all we did was hit location to location to location, and had zero, and I mean zero struggles. Even on the final boss, Gladius, or whatever they're calling it now, it became very trivialized very quickly, and that worried me about the game's longevity. But with the added things that they're talking about, you can unlock the outfits and build up your relics and other things like that. There's definitely a better game loop here, but again, if all I have to do is get in game and do the same run over and over and over again, that's still not very entertaining. People will just watch a video, say what's the best thing to go and run to and from, right out of spawn, where's the best place to land, and people will solve the game in no time. But this video here is apparently going to explain the actual RNG elements of the game, what is and isn't going to change run to run. So if you guys are excited for Nightreigne, let me know down in the comment section and by leaving a like on this video. This is definitely the game I'm looking forward to. This game drops in the next 2 weeks, so let's see what IGN's cooking. There should be a decent amount of information here. It's 6 minutes, so.
One of the biggest questions left over after Elden Ring Nightraigne's network test back in February was, how will the world of Limveld change in the real game?
Exactly, yes.
After all, Nightreigne is, for all intents and purposes, a roguelite. And
yeah, exactly. Roguelite elements are supposed to be very random. Every run should feel fresh.
Every run giving you different rewards and forcing you to cobble together a build based on what you're able to find within that
just
run.
Good game
And
knowledge you'll learn over time. New bosses and enemies and stuff.
And also in the enemy and boss department, since none of the boss encounters are static, with the sole exception of the Night Lord battle on day 3.
Beautiful. So none of the bosses are static. So at the beginning, during that network test, you would spawn in almost always in the same location too. It was odd. I always got the one spawn where I landed in the field, clear out a little camp, hit level 2, hit the little Grace, and then immediately with my group, if we're good enough, we can go and immediately kill Loretta. And we have a good, solid, big bump right at the start for day 1. Because Loretta is like right next to that camp that we end up landing at. So now, if that Loretta won't be in that location and all that shit, it'll change everything up. That whole solving it immediately is just completely out of the window, which is a good thing.
We never really got a chance to see how it changes from run to run during the network test.
Right.
During my 2 days,
The world itself, how much does it change? Gear, bosses, and the actual environment itself.
Actually, we jumped the gun. Before we go into the ways that Limveld will change, let's quickly establish what doesn't change. The overall structure of Limveld will not change. The shape of the island, the major geographical features, the positioning of cliffs, rivers, and lakes, all of these will be the same, barring a few major exceptions that we'll cover in just a bit. The locations of Sites of Grace, Everjails, the launching Spirit Springs, cave entrances and exits, the spectral trees and the wind currents, all of these are static and do not change location from run to run.
Okay.
There's also a giant castle that features exceptionally tough battles and big rewards.
Yeah, that was there in the network test.
Everything else, from the locations of all the rest of the points of interest, the types of rewards offered at those points of interest, to the wandering mini-bosses and the bosses that you fight at the end of day 1 and day 2, are left completely up to chance. That said, there are 2 other huge factors that can completely alter a run. The first are world events known as Shifting Earth.
World events.
Occasionally, before you even launch into a level, you'll be made aware that there is a shifting Earth modifier to launch.
Tricephalos, this is Gladius, Gaping Jaws. It's not Gaping Dragon, it's Centipede Demon, I think it is. This is a final boss, so maybe I just didn't fight this version of it, but I absolutely came across Centipede Demon multiple times, and it really wasn't very difficult. It was pretty free. We have Sentient Pest, Augur, Equilibrious Beast, which is Libra, Dark Drift Knight, and Fissure in the Fog. And from the images, it's kind of difficult to see. We can see Libra here, and we know that this is what it looks like in-game. Tricephalos, this doesn't even look like Gladius, but it's supposed to be. We know that Gaping Jaw is likely the Centipede Demon. I don't know if it's the same mob or not. We have Sentient Pest, which kind of looks like a Black Knife mob, but a little bit different. I don't know if these are like legs and shit. That's really weird and creepy. Augur, I can't really tell what this is. I don't know if these are tails or wisps. Dark Drift Knight, Fissure in the Fog. This kind of looks like a dragon to me, or at least this kind of looks like a neck with like a head here or something, but whatever. We'll get a very clear thing of it, but they're talking about this right here. You can get an effect on the map before you even queue it up.
You'll be made aware that there is a shifting earth modifier in effect. In our playtime, the one...
Oh wow, I didn't see anything like this.
Transformed the northern section of the map, placing a giant crater in the middle and rivers of lava all around it.
Oh,
the enemies around and inside the crater are no joke, and wipe the floor.
Okay, so it's a pretty high level area then, whenever you have this, got it. So probably like a day 2 thing.
And you should do so as soon as the second day begins.
Yep, I figured.
If you're up to the challenge. Exploring the crater took us pretty much the entire...
I'm gonna be doing solo runs too. I'll come down here by myself and clear this bit.
We beat a boss that granted us an epic rarity level reward by itself.
Okay.
But then also the unique reward of being able to take any weapon in our arsenal and upgrade it to the maximum level for free.
Oh shit! Yeah, this definitely seems worth it then.
Because in order to escape the crater, you need to use a bunch of spectral trees and ride the hawks from platform to platform as you try to escape.
So this is something that you immediately do on day 2, because there are situations where the storm was coming in, or fire, or whatever it is was coming in, and I didn't even want to go through like the castles and shit like that. I didn't want to go underground. I didn't want to have to worry about it. Given the storm really wasn't that deadly, I don't know how many times I've even died. I must have died to it at least once, but I don't even remember dying once. It is a big commitment trying to come down here, and I'm also trying to think of this from like a solo run perspective. I assume there's going to be solo scaling and just general scaling depending on how many players there are. So solo scaling should be easier than 2-player scaling, 3-player scaling. It should work a lot like the co-op mods that the community has made, where their HP is multiplied by a certain percentage, damage is multiplied by a certain percentage, and we go from there. So solo runs, I imagine they won't have nearly as much HP because it wouldn't be possible for a solo player to really have the time to be able to go and kill them or loot around and kill stuff in general if everything was scaled to a 3-player multiplier. This is actually worth it though.
The other big way that runs can change are through the appearances of certain events that seem to occur completely
I was curious
randomly
about this.
and can throw a huge wrench into an otherwise routine run. I've seen only a couple of these, and some might be familiar with the Margit.
What the fuck is that?
In which Margit the Fell will just all of a sudden jump into your game and just mercilessly...
Yeah, he was in the network test, so not that crazy. We fought him before.
A swirling tornado-like phenomenon in the sky. When our squad approached it, we were suddenly attacked by a very tough group of AI-controlled nightfarers who seemingly invaded us from another world.
Oh shit, they got like actual invaders, not just like a Margit invasion or like an ambush. So we haven't seen this or anything. This is from the trailer. We haven't seen like the Scarlet Rot forest kind of area. I mean, it looks like Scarlet Rot, I assume it is. And we just got this stuff raining down. I don't know if this is an event though. I feel like this is a mob just shooting it. And then this, I have no idea what this shit is. What happens when you go into the orbs? Are there fights in there? Are these orbs just shooting things out? I don't even know. So we got random craters crashing into the ground with falling star beasts, random ambushes from bosses like Margit. Then we got this swirling tornado thing.
The most impactful of all of these random events though was the appearance of a mysterious boss that would attack from miles away with mortar shots of level sapping bugs. That's right, get hit even just once by these telegraph mortar strikes
level
and you
absorbed.
lose a
What
level.
the fuck?
It's not even limited to just losing one. Get hit again, he'll take another level.
It'll take a level from you every single time it hits you.
To find and kill the boss by following the bugs to his hiding spot. Unfortunately, I don't have footage of this, nor do I know what the reward is for killing him, because by the time we found the boss by following the bugs, the circle had started encroaching, and we just wouldn't have been able to kill him before the circle killed us.
Oh, you can actually kind of see the wings of the thing as well. It's kind of invisible or like translucent. This actually sucks ass. I feel like, does that mean that this thing is going to just be firing that shit at you the entire day? I assume this is day 2. Surely it's not day 1. I mean, they're only level 5, but this is after having their levels taken already. I feel like this is something that you immediately have to go and kill them. So you could like spawn into a thing, get down into that crater, and then this thing can start shooting shit down at you guys while you're in the crater. And so you have to have time to kill what's ever in the crater, upgrade this shit, fly back out, make it back to this thing, and then kill it.
There are certainly more of these that I still haven't encountered, like the Forest of Corruption, the Madness Towers, and more that we see in the overview trailer released by From Software. It's worth mentioning as well that if you don't like the shifting earth modifier that will affect the world, you can use the bed in the round table hold to sleep to either remove the modifier.
Oh, you don't
or
even have
have
to
it
restart the
replaced by
game. Oh,
something
simple.
else.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very good thing. I was very worried about the environment and shit. The speed of the game with the new sprinting and platforming and stuff. I think my first class that I'm gonna max out here is the Raider. My plan overall is to play every single class and then unlock everything that I possibly can for all of the class. I want to straight up just 100%. I might have to play some more Elden Ring to get acquainted again. I have to warm up.